All right, boys, we are back, and it's time to get this season started. All right, we got three different options here. If anyone missed it, I'll just get you guys caught up. We got three options going into our season. First, we make a trade for the second line left wing spot and our goaltender in one trade. All right, get an above average goalie and get an average above average second line left winger, and hopefully that would be enough to get into the playoffs, get some experience for Stamkos and Hedman. We would need that to kind of we if we're gonna make the playoffs, we definitely need that. I mean, anything can happen, but if you guys want me to make the playoffs, it definitely needs to be that, and that's gonna be a tough trade because we don't have a lot of assets to trade away. It'd be a lot of draft picks, so I think that option's not gonna happen. I think the trade, if we make a trade, it'll just be for one player because getting a second line left winger and a goalie without trading away Malone, Stamkos, St. Louis, Purcell, or LeCavalier, and keeping all of our defensemen, that's going to be tough. That is going to be tough. So I think that option goes in the scraps. The second option was to basically pull a Columbus Blue Jackets and just shit the bed the first season. Trade away Martin St. Louis or LeCavalier right here in the offseason. Or some of our defensemen and really shit the bed the first year, get the high draft pick, and then go from there. A lot of you guys were saying to do that, and that is a good idea. And the third option was to just go in the season with the team as it is, maybe make one trade to help the team out, maybe the left wing or maybe the goalie, but just go into the season with this team and see what happens. Let our fans see what happens. Give it to our team. Don't just commit to the loss right away. Have some exciting hockey, and then come January, February, then make your decision. And I think that's a good idea. I mean, we're not exactly the Columbus Blue Jackets here. We do have some studs on this team. And I think if we can go out and make a trade right now for a goalie, we'll scrap the second line left wing. If we can make our trade for the goalie right now, I think that might make us be in the playoff run this year. And if we get a goalie that'll take care of us for the next 10 years, well, that's a puzzle piece. That's a piece of the puzzle we need to fill eventually anyway. So I wouldn't mind taking care of that right away. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. Now I was reading your comments, and there was one high rated comments, and it was saying trade Martin St. Louis for Bobby Ryan. Now, if I was to do this, we would be committing to the rebuild right away, basically. Okay. Even though Bobby Ryan's a great player, it's not like we're adding anything to the roster. We're getting rid of a great player and getting in a better player, obviously, but still, we're still weak. We don't have depth. Bobby Ryan, though, I mean, look at him. He's great. He is. He doesn't really fit our age profile. He is young, but Stamkos and Hedman are both 20 years old. I want those guys to be the captains and the assistant captains. You know what I mean? He's great. I mean, 24 years old, BBB. Look at he's already 89 overall. Yeah, he's amazing. But look at his trade value. I mean, it's above A. It's above halfway. I mean, if I was to try and get Bobby Ryan, I mean, look at Martin St. Louis. It's below half. I would need to add some draft picks in there, and we're going down the rebuilding path. But to go down this path, we have to sacrifice draft picks, and is that really rebuilding in the end? So Bobby Ryan is a great player, but if we're going to rebuild, which this trade indicates, we're going to rebuild the right way. If I'm going to trade away Martin St. Louis, it's going to be for one great prospect and then two above average prospects. We did it in Columbus. That's what I would do here. So Bobby Ryan, I'm going to say no to that, all right? But with our one off-season trade, what I want to do is I want to get a goalie. I do want to get a goalie. Now, I was reading your comments for goalies as well, and there's a few that popped up. First, Corey Schneider. And I did want to look at this guy. Corey Schneider kept coming up. And let's see here. Okay, so he's 25 years old, so he fits into our age profile. Yes, I said that the 20 years old is our age profile. But your goaltender, he'll be playing for the next 10 years. 35 years old, so he fits into that age profile for goaltender. His trade value is only at like 25%, 85 overall. So he would help our season this year. And oh man, look at that. BBB potential still. Wow, he could even be our goalie. He could be our answer. I know I want to get a goalie right now, but that doesn't mean that I won't trade for a better goalie in the future, right? But still, Dwayne Rolson's not going to get it done. And if we have one off-season trade to make, I want to fill our goalie spot. And he could be our goalie for the next 10 years, the way his stats are looking. Ooh, Corey Schneider. You know what? Let me see how easy this would be to make. If I put Dwayne Rollison on the table, oh, they already, you know what, they're a high salary cap team anyways. I would need to add like Rollison and a defenseman to get, and they don't have the you know what, we're going to have to skip on Corey Schneider, at least for now, because the salary cap just doesn't do it. And we don't have any prospects to trade away. We don't have any first round. I don't want to trade away any draft picks if I don't have to. So we're going to say no on Corey Schneider. There was a few more you guys were saying, so we'll just explore other options. What was the other guys? It was Enroth, Bobrovsky, and there was Allen from St. Louis. You got, yeah, Allen from St. Louis. Let's see here. Jake Allen from St. Louis. All right, his trade value is, I don't know if that's higher than Schneider's or about the same. He's 21 years old, though. He's 4 years younger. 76 overall. A- BB. Okay, so this guy is a prospect goalie. He's really rebuilding for the future. Rollison would be better than him right now. Not bad. I mean, I'm not saying that he's bad, but the perfect situation for goalie right now for me is a goalie who's about the same overall as Rollison, maybe a bit better, and he has good potential, and he will last for 10 years. No doubt this guy will last for 10 years, but it'll take 2 or 3 years to get him to NHL ready. And I want to be NHL ready in the next 2 or 3 years. Absolutely, we can be. We have superstars on our team. All right, so Jake Allen. No, I'm gonna have to skip on Jake Allen. I'll remember that though. He is a good prospect. Okay, so Bobrovsky, Bernier, and Enroth. So I skipped Bobrovsky. Oh, okay, so their salary is already way too much, anyways. Yeah, I'm already. Yep, Philadelphia has too much salary cap. What about LA? LA has too much salary cap. Bernier, yeah, too much. What about Enroth? Jonas Enroth. Oh, they look like they have too much as well. What about his? Yeah, too much. So all these teams have too much salary cap right now. Dwayne Rollison's at $3 million, and the type of goalie that I'm looking for is somebody who's still on their minor league contract. That's the problem. No, Tuukka Rask is way too much. Let me go back to Los Angeles and see if I can make some magic happen with Bernier, because he did have, yeah, they're only $2.270 million. Let me see what Bernier is like. 23 years old, 82 overall, so that's what I mean. He's a little bit worse than Rollison, but, I mean, BBB potential, I mean, he's 23 years old. You're also building for the future in him. So he would have the same kind of season as Rollison, but he wouldn't retire this year, and he will get better. So that's what I mean. Jonathan Bernier, and what was his trade value at? Look at his trade value. It's, oh my God, it's not even as high as Schneider's. I think Jonathan Bernier would be the perfect, because I don't have a lot to trade away right now, and I don't want to trade away any of our starters. So I think a second round or maybe even a first round draft pick would cover Jonathan Bernier, and I can trade away the 5th year first round draft pick and get it back later. So what I want to do is see if I can find someone with really low trade value but a high salary that will help drop this. Who's this guy? He's got 10 years left. Cliche. Is this like a high draft pick they thought that just didn't turn out? Marc-Andre Cliche. 10 years left on his contract? All right. And they don't have any high salary cap sucky guys. This guy, Rob Scuderi. Yeah, you know what? I think I might trade for Rob Scuderi, defenseman. He's actually not bad in the defensive category. Look at that. Yeah, he's got that low trade value. No, I'm going to go for that. Where is he? Oh, did I pass him? There he is. Rob Scuderi. All right. So, yeah, now they have 3.13. So now I can offer them back a better defenseman because I'm getting... He's okay. Look at his defensive category. I'll show you again. Look at his defensive category. 80. Look at those top 4: aggressiveness, body checking, defensive awareness, and discipline. Look at that. That's all fine. And then face-offs is the only weak one. Hell yeah, he's a great defensive defenseman. Why is it so low? Why is his trade value so low? Is it because it's high salary? Maybe that's why. All right, so Bernier and Scuderi, and I can trade one defenseman back. This might actually turn out to be a really good trade here. All right, so nope, my bad. Hedman staying. Bergeron can stay. Olin, 35 years old. He's got, I think, he's got a good trade value. 5 years left on his contract. I mean, 83 overall. Matthias Oland. He is a good defenseman as well, though. Well, doesn't have the greatest discipline. Let's see who's better. Oland or Clark. It's going to have to be one of these two guys.